Hi, and welcome to the February 2022 Bourne Review. I'm Susan Barlow. First, some headline news and announcements. We have a new town administrator. Welcome to Bourne, Ms. Marlene McCullum. Her contract was finalized in the executive session of the Select Board meeting on February 15th and was voted unanimously by the Select Board during the public session. Ms. McCullum's start date will be February 28th. Sergeant Kenneth Gelson retires from the Bourne Police Department. Sergeant Gelson was with the department for 33 years. We wish him a happy retirement. With heavy hearts, we learned that former Select Board member and Finance Committee member Judith Conwin passed away suddenly on February 21st. Our condolences to her family and friends. Assistant Town Administrator and Acting Town Administrator Glenn Cannon has been hired as the Town Administrator for Rochester, Massachusetts. We thank him for his service to the town of Bourne and wish him much success in his new position. A big shout out to the Upper Cape Rams boys basketball team. The Rams clinched their first Mayflower Vocational Small League title since 2005. The Rams won the championship game against the Cape Tech Crusaders 61-25 on Wednesday, February 9th, and then on February 27th, they won the Massachusetts Vocational Championship. Congratulations! The Monument Beach Polar Club held their party and fundraiser at the Weary Travelers Club on February 5th. The party was to thank all who participated in making the unbelievable donation of $41,750 to the Bourne Food Pantry.
I'd like to invite the board members up. Please, everybody come up. I'd like to invite Peter Lindbergh up here and Heather DiPaolo. Could I have my treasurer, Chuck Rose? Chuck Rose has to sign this check so they can put it through the deposit window.
How fun is that?
Writing down the numbers.
All right, so this is our presentation. Chuck, can you bring it up front present it to the, so.
Drum roll.
$36,000.
Club President Bob Bilodeau had mentioned that he'd like to try and raise $25,000 this year in celebration of the club's 25th anniversary. This was overachieving at its best. This was my first experience taking the plunge, or freezing for a reason, as they like to say. It was an exceptionally warm January 1st with the water temperature at 44 degrees and the air temperature a mild 52 degrees. When I saw those temperatures, I decided to go for it, and I'm glad I did. It was a great eye-opening way to start the new year. The Canal Region Chamber of Commerce held a ribbon-cutting ceremony on February 10th for the nonprofit organization Kind Hearts for Kids, located at 1 Trowbridge Road.
Hey everybody, I'm Maria Oliva with the Cape Cod Canal Region Chamber, and we're here to celebrate another ribbon-cutting ceremony that we do for businesses in the town, and we appreciate being here today very much. I'd like to introduce our ambassadors, Tracy McCarthy, Joanna Sace, and Eleanor Weller. If you can raise your hands. These are our chamber ambassadors that help out in the community, and we appreciate your help. And I really appreciate Kind Hearts for Kids and what they do in their mission. They really help out children. They do all kinds of fundraising. And I'm going to introduce Nicole. If you can mention a little bit about what Kind Hearts for Kids do, we'd appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm Nicole. I'm the founder of Kind Hearts for Kids. Our general mission is to make sure every child we can reach in foster care receives a gift on their birthday and special holidays. And that's the generic spiel, but kind of the reason I started it, I've always loved working with kids. I worked in preschools and special ed in the elementary and all of things like that. I always come back to working with kids. And so I started my cupcake business in Utah, and when we moved out here in 2018, I started it back up and started doing Project Kindness again, where we'd find people that were struggling, as well as people who are like giving back to the community but not really being noticed. And we'd give them cupcakes and other little treats. And so I started talking to people, and I've always been super shy, introverted. This is so out of my comfort zone.
Doing good.
I'm learning. I started talking to people as they were buying cupcakes and fudge and stuff from me. And a couple of months later, boom, Kind Hearts for Kids was born, and it's just grown and grown. And we went from my house to a small storage unit to the office across the hall. And then Marianne traded with us so we could have this huge office. And we just keep growing and receiving so much support, and I couldn't be more grateful.
Great, that's wonderful. Now, what's your website?
kindheartsforkids.org.
Okay, thanks for your leadership in that opportunity. And I also want to introduce Peter Meyer, our esteemed board selectman, who does a fantastic job. Thanks for your leadership, Peter. You do a great job. All right, so I know. We appreciate everybody being here today for the ribbon cutting, and we're going to support Kind Hearts for Kids, and hopefully you can too. Check out their website and see how you can give a donation. Okay? All right. Okay, good job. Good job. All right, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Cut the ribbon. All right. Thank you so much.
The warrant for spring town meeting and special town meeting opened on February 2nd. The closing dates will be sooner than usual due to staff shortages at Town Hall. The closing date for warrant articles for the annual town meeting is Thursday, March 3rd, and the special town meeting warrant will close on Thursday, March 17th. There are new temporary hours at the Jonathan Bourne Public Library, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturdays 9 to 5, Thursdays noon to 8. Now for our top stories. The contract for our new town administrator, Marlene McCullum, was finalized in executive session of the Select Board meeting on February 15th. The board also voted to waive the residency requirement for the town administrator. Ms. McCullum lives in Plymouth. Changes to the town charter voted at the last town meeting removes any residency requirement. However, the charter is waiting approval from the state legislature. Her contract annual salary is $170,000. Her contract is from February 28th, 2022 until June 30th, 2025. Ms. McCollum was the assistant town manager in Plymouth for 4 years. She has a Bachelor's of Science degree from Ball State University and a master's degree in public administration from Bridgewater State University. The Buzzards Bay Coalition just released its final report on their Upper Bay project. They presented their findings at the February 22nd Sewer Commissioners meeting. The meeting can be seen in its entirety on bournetv.com. Click on the government channel and then search for February 22nd, 2022. The coalition received approximately $1 million from the Environmental Protection Agency to come up with a plan to address high nitrogen levels in area waters. According to the BBC's attorney, Corin Peterson, the only site they looked at was an outfall pipe to discharge directly into the canal located at the Mass Maritime Academy. No other locations for the outfall were considered, and no alternative treatment options were considered. The draft proposal of the project was presented over a year ago to Bourne residents and our select board via a Zoom meeting. The proposal would greatly expand the discharge pipe at the Mass Maritime Academy in order to discharge 3.5 million gallons and up to 10 million gallons per day of treated wastewater from Wareham, South Plymouth, Marion, the Mass Maritime Academy, and Bourne. The wastewater would be treated at an expanded Wareham treatment facility and then piped to the Mass Maritime Academy to be discharged directly into the Cape Cod Canal. The cost of expanding the Wareham plant is $100 million, and the cost to pipe it to the Mass Maritime outfall pipe is $50 million, the total cost being $150 million. Bourne's cost would be 12%, based on the projected use of 348,000 gallons of wastewater to be sent to the expanded Wareham treatment plant. The cost to Bourne, just for the plant and to move the pipe to the canal, would be $17.8 million. Resident Gary Maloney pointed out that Bourne has 12% of the use of the system, but will receive 100% of the effluent. He also pointed out that he reviewed the town of Wareham sewer commissioners' meetings available on YouTube, and they are currently understaffed and underfunded and are facing numerous operational issues. Select Board member Judith Froman pointed out that although the Buzzards Bay Coalition suggests a regional district-wide operation, the Wareham sewer commissioners have shown no support for a regional facility and prefer to operate the Wareham facility as part of the town of Wareham's infrastructure. The Save the Cape Cod Canal Committee led a grassroots campaign, Stop the Pipe, and at the November special open town meeting, hundreds of residents turned out to vote overwhelmingly against discharging any treated or untreated wastewater into the canal. Nearly 1,000 signatures were gathered on a petition opposing the project and were submitted to the EPA and the Bourne Select Board. In their final report, the Buzzards Bay Coalition states that relocating the Wareham Water Pollution Control Facility discharge to the location of Mass Maritime Academy's existing discharge at the canal is a viable alternative that could be implemented today with technology such as horizontal drilling. The Mass Maritime Academy currently has a permit to discharge 77,000 gallons of partially treated wastewater directly into the canal at their outfall pipe. Their permit for this discharge is up for renewal. The Save the Cape Cod Canal Committee and the Pocasset Water Quality Coalition and scores of residents wrote to the EPA opposing the renewal of the permit during the public comment period, which ended February 8th. The Bourne Select Board voted to send a letter supporting the renewal of Mass Maritime Academy's permit and commending the EPA for its due diligence. The Pocasset Water Quality Coalition holds a different view and has filed a letter with the EPA expressing its concerns with the permit, citing degraded water quality near the discharge area to the point where the waters do not meet the designated use of fishable and swimmable quality. The Pocasset Water Quality Coalition further stated that the limitations in the draft permit do nothing to improve or even maintain the water quality of nearby waters. The Pocasset Water Quality Coalition was founded in 2019 and granted nonprofit status in 2020. It has more than 250 dues-paying members. To find out more or to join this group, visit pocassetwaterquality.org. Over 90 right whales have been spotted in Cape Cod Bay recently, according to the Center for Coastal Studies. The critically endangered right whale population in the North Atlantic is currently estimated to be 336 individuals. Although protected from hunting, the population still carries heavy losses from entanglements and ship strikes. Since 2017, 34 mortalities have been recorded and 16 live, free-swimming, non-stranded whales have been documented with serious injuries from entanglements or vessel strikes. Low reproductive rates also contribute to the slow recovery of this species. During the 2021 season, 18 new calves were recorded. One of those was struck and killed in February of 2021 by a ship. In 2020, only 10 new calves were recorded. One of those was struck and killed in June of 2020. In 2019, there were 7 births. No births were recorded in 2018. Members of the public are reminded that it is illegal for watercraft or aircraft of any kind to approach within 500 yards of a North Atlantic right whale without a federal research permit. Boaters are asked to help keep whales safe by adhering to the seasonal speed limits in Cape Cod Bay. Vessels 65 feet or larger are required to travel at 10 knots or less. Vessels smaller than 65 feet are strongly encouraged to travel at 10 knots or less in the bay and required to do so during the peak season between March 1st and April 30th. The most important step that the public can take to assist investigators is to immediately report any sightings of injured or stranded whales, dead or alive. In the United States, make a report by calling the Greater Atlantic Marine Mammal Stranding Hotline at 866-755-6622 or the Southeast Marine Mammal Stranding Hotline at 877-433-8299. Some scientists fear that right whales could become extinct within 20 years. Right whales play an important role in the health of the ocean. These giants provide important nutrient recycling services in the ocean ecosystems. When they poop, they recycle nutrients, including iron, back into the sea. These nutrients are then consumed by smaller ocean creatures like phytoplankton, which helps keep the oceans healthy. Want to get more involved in Bourne? Here are the open positions and the length of the term. 1 moderator position is open for 1 year. 2 select board sewer commissioners are open for 3 years. 1 constable position for 3 years. 1 member for the Board of Health for 3 years. 2 openings at the Bourne Housing Authority for 5 years. 2 library trustees for the Jonathan Bourne Public Library Board, 3 years. 2 community center trustees for 3 years, and 3 planning board members for 3 years. 1 recreation authority board member position for 3 years, and 2 school committee members for 3 years, and 1 school committee member for 1 year. Thus far, 2 people have taken out papers for the Select Board Sewer Commissioner's position, Catherine DeMeo Walton, and Peter Meyer is running again. Here's what's happening downtown. Exciting news, Main Street is getting a new restaurant. Main Street Pizzeria and Deli Buzzards Bay will be opening at the former location of Nick's Pizza. The opening date has not been released. The Buzzards Bay office building, located just off Main Street at 7 and 9 St. Margaret Street, may be converted into 2 two-bedroom apartments. As the building stands now, it has virtually no landscaping around the structure, and the Bourne Select Board have asked developer Jack Landers Colley to find a way to add some green belt there. The Calamar Apartments, aka the Tides at Bourne, aka Connect 55 Plus, has temporarily shut down construction. People that have reserved apartments and expect to move into them are understandably concerned about the repeated and lengthy delays in completion of their apartments. Here's an update on services. Sadly, Cape Cod has a higher suicide rate than the state average. Since January, there are 2 confirmed deaths by young people on Cape by suicide. If you're feeling depressed or hopeless or having suicidal thoughts, or if you know someone who is struggling this way, please reach out for help. Locally, you can call the Samaritans of Cape Cod at 508-548-8900 or call Bay Cove's Cape Cod Behavioral Health Urgent Care line at 833-229-2683. Based in Hyannis, Bay Cove provides 24/7 urgent and emergency behavioral health services to individuals of all ages throughout all of Cape Cod, from Bourne to Provincetown. With one phone call, mobile clinicians will meet you where you are, usually within just an hour, wherever you are in the community. Falmouth and Cape Cod hospitals are desperately in need of blood. In fact, the American Red Cross has issued an alert. The national blood supply is desperately low. If you donate blood to Cape Cod Healthcare, you can know that your donation stays on the Cape to benefit your friends, families, and neighbors rather than being transferred outside our community. To schedule your appointment, visit capecodhealth.org/give-blood. Doing some spring cleaning? Please put clean bagged clothing and textiles, such as blankets and towels, etc., in one of the drop boxes located in the parking lots of the Bourne Public Schools. These donations benefit the Bourne PTA. The Council on Aging, located in the Bourne Community Building at 239 Main Street, offers a variety of programs to those 60 years and older. Newly offered by the Council on Aging is a Caregiver Respite Scholarship. This money is only available until June, so call COA Director Deborah Oliveira at 508-759-0600, extension 5226. Applications must be submitted by June 1st. Applicants can choose between 2 area adult day health programs, one in Mashpee and one in Wareham. What's a retired man to do? Find out with Henry Quinlan's program, Men in Retirement, via a Zoom meeting on March 16th at 10:30 a.m. Men who do not find meaningful activities to replace working can suffer from depression, boredom, health issues, etc. Register to receive a Zoom link by calling 508-759-0600, extension 5300. On April 5th at 10 a.m., leaders of Camp Edwards will give a presentation on the history and importance of Camp Edwards training site at Joint Base Cape Cod. Call the COA to register. On April 6th at 9:30 a.m., Phil Tura with the Bourne Fire Department will hold the Senior Safe program at the Bourne Community Building. The program focuses on fire and life safety education for seniors. Did you know that at age 65, you're twice as likely to be killed or injured in a fire than the population at large? And by 75, it's 3 times more likely and 4 times more likely at age 85. Call the COA to register 508-759-0600, extension 5300. On April 21st at 10 a.m., April in Paris is available by Zoom, where you can enjoy a live tour through the streets of Paris. Call to register. There's lots more programming at the Council on Aging. Check out their newsletter online. Go to townofbourne.com, click on the Council on Aging department, and then select Newsletter from the menu on the left. Here's what's happening at the library. The library, in conjunction with Bourne TV, has a new program called Bourne Community Reads. If you'd like to read a few children's books, Bourne TV will film it and share it on the library website, YouTube channel, and Channel 13. You can read your favorite stories or have Terry Johnson, the children's librarian, choose some for you. It only takes about 30 minutes, and it could mean a lot to a child who will be able to have books read to them whenever he or she wants. For more information, contact Terry Johnson, 508-759-0600, extension 6106. On Saturday, March 12th at 2 p.m. at the library, you can learn about indoor seed starting by Blackstone Valley Veggie Gardens. Register at bournelibrary.org. Then on March 24th, the library hosts a Zoom talk with Frank Mendoza entitled The History of the Academy Awards. It includes lots of fun interactive trivia questions and photo displays. Register online at bournelibrary.org. Curbside pickup is still available at the library. If you are in need of Meals on Wheels, or if you can volunteer to deliver meals, please call Elder Services of Cape Cod at 508-394-4630. Here are some beautiful photos taken by area photographers showing the beauty that surrounds us. Here's an update on COVID-19. The Bourne School Committee voted on February 16th to rescind the face covering policy and make masks optional in the public schools, starting February 28th. A survey was sent out to the Bourne school community, and 1,300 responses resulted in nearly 80% indicating a desire to change the masks to optional. Social distancing and daily cleaning checklist protocols will remain. On February 23rd, the Bourne Board of Health voted unanimously to follow the Massachusetts Department of Public Health face covering guidance. This means there is no longer a recommendation for all people to wear masks in indoor public spaces, and that the masking recommendation is only for those who are not fully vaccinated or fully vaccinated persons who have a weakened immune system or at risk for severe disease because of their age or underlying medical conditions. Masks are still required on public transportation such as the MBTA, commuter rail, buses, ferries, airplanes, and while in rideshare such as Uber, Lyft, taxis, and other livery vehicles. Only 250 million of the 500 million free test kits that are being offered by the federal government have been ordered. Each household is eligible for 4 free test kits from the U.S. government. To order test kits from the U.S. government, go to www.covidtest.gov or just give them a call at 800-232-0233. Order your test kits now so that you have them on hand when you need them. Thankfully, the numbers are coming down as we get through the winter surge in cases. The percent positive in Bourne is under 5%. Need a vaccine or a booster? Visit vaxfinder.mass.gov for a list of vaccination locations. The vaccine is free and no ID or payment or insurance is required to receive a vaccination. Need a COVID test? Visit barnstablecountyhealth.org or call them at 508-375-6613. The Baker-Polito administration announced a tool that gives residents a new way to access their COVID-19 digital vaccine card and vaccination history. The new tool, called My Vax Records, allows people who received their vaccination in Massachusetts to access their own vaccination history and generate a COVID-19 digital vaccine card, which would contain similar vaccination information to a paper CDC card. The COVID-19 digital vaccine cards produced by the system utilize the Smart Health Card platform and generate a QR code that can be used to verify vaccination. The administration is not requiring residents to show proof of vaccination to enter any venue, but this tool will help residents who would like to access and produce a digital copy of their record. Access the new tool at myvaxrecords.mass.gov. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up to date with what's happening in Bourne. Go to youtube.com and search for Bourne Community TV. You can also support Bourne TV by becoming a member. Visit bournetv.com and click on Membership. Well, thanks for watching this episode of the Bourne Review. I'll see you next time, and hopefully a happy spring.